Hello my brothers and sisters, welcome to chapter 237 spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen, and my god, this fight turned a lot of heads. My boy KASHIMO is finna be like top 3 in the verse when it comes down to it. It should be no surprise that any one sorcerer hyping his matchup this much wouldn't be this powerful. But what an insanely glorious chapter, because we get a ton of lore, we get payoff and fight setups that I can't even fit into one video. So let's get right into it. KASHIMO enters the battlefield, soaring through Shinjuku as Uraume intervenes, hovering over a giant clump of ice. The chapter note clarifies it is not a battle of the strongest anymore, it's a battle against the strongest. As much as I hate to glaze Sukuna, he is the strongest ever, and it's by a hefty margin. He is built different, he surpasses most expectations, and he even beat the allegations. It is now Sukuna versus everyone else, cause no one else comes close. From the ice that just appeared, Uraume tries to intervene on the fight. However, Hikari Kenji jumps in, and as he promised KASHIMO, he gives him that fight, and he faces off against Uraume to stop them. Hikari instantly fires off his domain expansion, and it looks like he's trapping Uraume inside his barrier, but the ice Uraume made begins to fall and evaporate over Sukuna, and once it crashes down, the husk of ice begins to reveal that Uraume delivered to Sukuna Hirozus' final gift. This was in exchange from a binding vow of death, the cursed tool Kamutoke, aka the Vajra dagger. This cursed tool lines up with a popular theory based off of Hindu mythology, and this Vajra, divine instrument, has an electrical power to fire a powerful thunderbolt as it hits KASHIMO, and Sukuna regards that it feels like good old times. However, KASHIMO just tanks the attack since his cursed energy trait makes him immune to electric type attacks, and I guess KASHIMO's lucky that Sukuna didn't fire off his existence erasing cleave, huh? But Sukuna decided to flex a little bit here. KASHIMO then questions to Sukuna, did you become the strongest, or were you born as the strongest? Sukuna replies that he doesn't know about that because he was an unwanted child, and that's interesting. I bet twin theorists are up right now, since twins at that time were an unwanted omen, and Sukuna was probably the runt in that scenario. But we see that Sukuna grew up into that. But KASHIMO asked, how did Sukuna interact with others without knowing weakness? Or how did he show affection or mercy? Because KASHIMO says he couldn't do so, and he saw all other humans as pieces of dirt. KASHIMO says, teach me, is strength loneliness? No limits seeking the manifestation of power? Or is it being left to continue to wonder, a punishment imposed by the strong? Sukuna says he's asking a lot out of him. He's doing a lot of yapping, and says even Gojo was that way, and they have that same sort of superficial greediness. Sukuna then taps his head with the new weapon and calls upon KASHIMO to fight him. The battle then begins. KASHIMO tries to bash Sukuna with his staff, but Sukuna then blocks it with the Vajra dagger. Then KASHIMO opts for something new. I'm glad KASHIMO changed so quickly, because I know Hikari fans are watching to see if base KASHIMO could even touch 20 Finger Sukuna. But thankfully, we finally see his one-time curse technique, and it is glorious. The technique release is called Genju Kohasaku, or Phantom Beast Amber. KASHIMO punches Sukuna hard, forcing him back, then uses a breath-like cursed energy blast to explode onto Sukuna. The technique gives KASHIMO's hair buns a demon horn-like appearance, and it alters the structure of KASHIMO's body to become able to blast any kind of attack that KASHIMO can make with his cursed energy. The technique grants KASHIMO enhanced agility and strength, kind of like Killua's Godspeed. Plus, the waves that KASHIMO can blast optimize the natural oscillation frequency of matter. They are electromagnetic waves that evaporate things that are exposed to it. It's like anything he touches just evaporates. This power comes with a heavy price though, as KASHIMO's body is changing, and once the curse technique ends, Kashimo's body will break. Sukuna then is revealed to have another way to reclaim his flesh of his original body only once without using reverse curse technique, but he intentionally halted it. Kashimo's lightning tethers, but as it explodes, Sukuna's original body emerges. After 1,000 years, the transformation of the reincarnation has been restarted. The King of Curses is here. That was crazy. That was one of the most insanely hype reveals to date, and now we have set up something special. Two sorcerers at the top of their game, undefeated in their respective eras. KASHIMO has nothing to lose and everything to prove, and Sukuna is unhindered, ready to unleash whatever god-awful abomination on the god of lightning. This is hype. The fact that Sukuna actually used Hirozus Gift is pretty awesome and very fitting, especially since it was one of Sukuna's golden age weapons. It's even crazier how it effectively did nothing to KASHIMO because of the matchup specifics, but it seems as though Sukuna wants to use this form now that Gojo is dealt with, so I'm not sure if Hirozus Gift or a demonic form would even help with infinity or things of that nature, but I highly doubt there's any use to it for Gojo in that specific circumstance. There's probably people speculating whether Sukuna can still perform 10 shadows or not. I don't think there's any real reason why he couldn't use 10 shadows, but it would make sense if Sukuna's original body overrides Megumi's curse technique, and that could also explain why Sukuna just held it back till now. But I'm sure next chapter Sukuna will explain why. You know, I would mention Megumi's soul, but unfortunately, I stopped caring about Megumi a long time ago. It's interesting to see all the sorcerers who pulled up today too. Akari versus Urume is really something special. That's extremely awesome to see, and Akari is a real one for keeping his promise to Kashimo and seeing this through. It doesn't seem like Yuta showed up yet. My headcanon is that Yuta's probably out there somewhere sweating, but in actuality, he is the main cast insurance, so I think his involvement will really be crucial when it comes down to it. It's still not the best look how 2 to 3 sorcerers make a move before the guy that's second to Gojo, but we move. Overall, this is an outstanding chapter. I'm 90% sure that Kashimo is going to lose this, but I'm 100% certain that Kashimo is going to leave his damn mark on Sukuna and probably take it to a hard fight. I question how come Sukuna doesn't use his totally not BS reality breaking, world destroying existence cleave that one tapped the honored 1.5, but we are probably going to get a lot of specific details next chapter, and there's no break next week, so that should be hype. But that's it for this one, guys. This has been Enemy Stand User. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this, but I'll see you awesome guys in the next one. Bye bye.